everybody. I wanted to talk about Jamboard just a little bit. It is one of our Google tools. If you watched the video on using Jamboard as a whiteboard with Google Meet, then you probably have just a slight idea of what it is, or maybe you're already using Jamboards. But if you go up into the grid or the waffle, and I've moved mine up, generally Jamboard's going to be found kind of down towards the bottom, but I've moved mine up. So if you click on Jamboard, and you come in here, you can see that I've got a couple that I've already created. Now, this is from my instructional coach group. We were looking at PD session ideas, but here's some that I've been using. Now, you can use it as a whiteboard, but I do have a whole nother video on that, so I'll let you watch that. Here's an example of one that you could do for a class. So, for instance, I started this one. And it's always going to start as an untitled jam, but what you can do is just click right up in the top left-hand corner and you can retitle it. So let's say I wanted to do this for Spanish 2, and I wanted to put maybe a date on it. And then put in there, we're doing past tense practice. Okay. So I click OK. Now I've got my title up there. All right. Now, what you can do is you can put sticky notes in. And so let me go ahead. I've put 2 sticky notes in already. I've put just kind of the title, and then I added in a sticky note without any color, giving them the directions. Now, for students to come in and work on this with you, all you have to do is go up here in the top right-hand corner to share, because right now it's private only to me. So I could share this. And what I can do is I can actually invite people in. So I could break my classes up into different groups and just invite certain students in if I wanted to. Or I could go up here and I could just copy this link. And this link will make anyone that I give it to, and I can right click and go copy. Anyone I give this link to will then become a collaborator, meaning that they can add stuff into it. Okay. Now this is also, Jamboards are also great for collaboration. So if you're looking to do that for maybe your department or for, subgroups within your department, like level groups, they're great for that too. Now, once you've copied that code, then you can send it out in Google Classroom, and then students can start adding things onto your Jamboard. So for instance, a student can come in, they can click sticky note, and they can change the color however they want. And they would want to, let me cancel this real quick so you can see, look at the directions first, okay? So add a sticky note to this jam where you answer these questions for me. What is your name, first name and last name? What did you do yesterday, okay? And it says, I have done one for you to get us started. So I'll go ahead and do that one. So I'm gonna choose pink. Okay, so I'm gonna say, hola. And my students can do the exact same thing that I'm doing right now. Okay. Now I can say, answer the 2 questions. Hi, it says my name is Courtney Straka and I ate a lot yesterday. Okay, then I can go ahead and hit save. Okay, now if I'm done and I don't want to add another sticky note, I can go to cancel. And let me actually come down here, and we're on highlighting click. So let's just do focus mouse. Okay, click that off. Now what I can do is then I can drag that wherever I want. So students, same thing, they can drag that wherever they want. They can make it big. They can turn it around, okay? If they mess up, they can always go here to the 3 vertical dots, or if you mess up, you can edit it, you can duplicate it, or you can delete it, okay? So that would be how you could collaborate, or you could create small ones for small groups inside of your classroom to be using Jamboard. Now, a couple of different options for you. You can change the background. So you can have no background, which is what I have right now. You can put dots if you needed dots. You can do lined paper. You can do 2 types of graphing. So we have squares, okay, with a white background, or graphing with a gray background. You also have a blue option or a black option, okay? Just remember that if you're writing in black, writing on a non-color note, then it's not going to show up. So just make sure you're aware of that, okay? So I would want to go back in and edit this and just change the color of it. And now we're good. Okay. Now you also have an eraser function that's going to be very specific. So if I've written something, for instance, using the pen, and just so you can see here, I'll choose yellow so you can see it on the black. This is your pen. This is a marker, which is going to be a little bit thicker, highlighter, and a brush. So just so you can see each of them, I'm just using my mouse to write right now. Here's a marker, a little bit thicker. I like the marker the best. Highlighter, if you need to highlight something. And the brush is going to be even lighter. Okay, so you can see that. Now, if I needed to erase something, this is going to be very, very specific to what exactly you want to erase. So I can just erase sections of this. Okay. If I needed to clear the entire frame, I would just hit clear frame and it'll do that for you. Okay. Now you can also, like I said, add sticky notes in. You can also add images in. You can use a laser pointer if you're using this to present during class, and you can circle things and it'll go away. Okay. Now you can also use this to undo your last move. So if I wanted to undo maybe my last erase, then I can just click it back in and I can keep doing that and it'll go backwards. Okay. There we go. I can also go forward if I messed up and erase something that I didn't want. So that's just one way that you can use Jamboard. I hope this was helpful. And let me know if you have any questions. Oh, if you wanted to add pages, you just add them up here. Right now I've got 3. So I can see them if I expand it down. I've got 2 blank ones and I've got the one that I'm working on. I can also add stuff into them. Now I can click this back up to collapse it and I can add an additional one. If I wanted to, here's my 3rd one. I can create the 4th one right there. Again, you can always expand it down by clicking it, and then you can see all of them there. And you could, if I wanted to delete just this one, say, oops, I messed up. I only needed 3. I can delete that one. Okay, hopefully that was helpful for you. I'm going to go ahead and collapse that. Let me know if you have any questions or if you want extra help with this. We can always practice.